Hello and welcome to Morganlee Yoga. Today's flow is all about going inward, building that inner strength, and having the ability to stay strong even through the hardest of moments and to change your perspective on life through that inner fire and that determination that we are going to build up today. We are going to start on our backs, laying down on the ground, bringing your feet together, letting your knees fall open into our reclined butterfly pose. As you settle in here to this pose today, if you need a little extra support, we're going to pause here for a few moments. So feel free to bring a block or pillows or anything underneath your knees if you want a little extra support there. If this pose is just too uncomfortable, go ahead and just bring your knees up and rest them inward and let your feet go out. So kind of the opposite of this pose. When you land here, take a moment, settle in, maybe walk your shoulder blades underneath just a little bit, open up through your heart space, and then pull your navel in, lengthen through that spine, and draw your lower back down into the earth. And pause here, bringing your hands to your belly, maybe to your heart, or one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, whatever feels the most comfortable for you. I invite you to close your eyes, and we're going to go inward and just take a moment to reflect on how you're feeling. You can do a quick body scan, check in with yourself. As you are doing this, notice any thoughts, judgments that may be coming up, or any strong emotions that you might be feeling in your day today. Just become aware of where you're starting your practice. And right away, I want you to know that you have the power to change these thoughts. You have the power to shift your perspective. And you have the power to self-validate. You do not need to seek validation outwards of yourself. You are in control of your own thoughts and your own emotions. You are able to write that narrative and to own your story and to view it with positivity and hope. Today's practice is going to be a fiery one. It's going to be good. We're going to move a lot. So enjoy this moment here as we settle in and begin. Start to deepen your breath a little bit more. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your nose. Inviting that inner calm, that inner peace before we build up the fire. Today's practice might be a little bit of a faster pace than I usually do on this channel. And I just encourage you to release judgment of yourself. You do not need to seek validation from me or anyone else that you are doing this practice the correct way. Let your inner compass be your guide. If you miss a pose or two, that's okay. I just want you to keep moving forward, shifting your perspective. Letting your story unfold for itself the way it's meant to. Take a couple more deep breaths here. And then slowly bringing your knees up together, feet flat to the earth. We're going to pull our knees in towards our chest. And we're going to find a little bit of a rocking motion here. So we're going to make this pretty big, going forward and backwards. We're going to have to build up momentum and just kind of go with it and just let it loose, and just whatever happens, happens. So bringing your legs up towards the sky, drop them down, and then back, and to start to build up that motion like a little rocking horse. Seeing if you can come all the way up, touch your toes to the earth, all the way back, maybe bringing your toes back behind, and then forward again. They don't have to go all the way back. Mine aren't. I'm just kind of letting it take me where it takes me. You can go fast here or more slow and controlled. Your choice. We're just going to do a couple more. And on your next one, come all the way up. And then this time, keep your feet up off the ground into a boat pose right away, building that fire. You can keep your hands here supporting you, lengthening through that spine. Breathe. And then maybe you release one hand. Maybe you release another hand and pause here. Maybe you straighten one leg. Maybe you straighten both legs and pause here. Breathe and lower and come up and lower and come up. And one more time and come all the way up. Breathe and release it down. Let's take that rock one more time, coming all the way back. This time when you come up, try to come all the way up onto your toes. If you have to do a little hop, if you have to use your hands, that's great. Just make your way to a toe stand. When you arrive here, bringing your hands to heart center, we're gonna pause and we're gonna breathe. And we're just gonna let this pose be. If you are struggling with your balance, that's great. Just focus on that core. If your toes are starting to sing to you a little bit, that's okay too. Write your own story here. You be in charge. You self-validate. You tell yourself you are doing an amazing job. This is great. This is what you need in your life. This is what your yoga practice needs today. Everything is fantastic. From here, we're gonna rise straight up, engage that core, push through your leg muscles if you can, drop your heels down, coming into a chair pose. Great. I told you we were gonna be building the fire today, so just go with it. Breathe. I know I'm talking a lot and moving, so I might be breathing a little heavier than normal. Try to slow that down. From here, gaze forward, gonna bring our hands back into our airplane, and we're gonna shoot our right foot back into a high lunge. Ooh. And pause here, leaning forward over that front leg. Inhale, reach your hands forward. And now we're gonna bring in some movement here. So we're gonna shift our weight into that front foot, bring our knee to our chest as we pull our hands in and shoot it back. And in and shoot it back. We're gonna do 5 total here. 3 and 4. Great job. 5, pause and hold. Shoot it back. Come all the way up into your crescent. And then bringing our hands through heart center, step it forward, keeping your front knees bent into that chair pose. Reach your hands up. Great job. Pausing here. Maybe sink your hips down just a little bit lower. Breathe. Hands come back into airplane. Left foot steps back. Right or both arms reach forward. Pausing, leaning forward. Now we're gonna find that balance, that movement on this side. Shift your weight forward. Bring your knee in, hands in for 1. Shoot it back. For 2. Shoot it back. And 3. 2 more. And last one. Great job. Pause here. Come all the way up. Hands to heart center. Step towards the top of your mat. Raise all the way up. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. And release down. Bend through your knees into that toe stand. We're gonna rock and roll all the way back and start over from the beginning. You've got this. Just rock and roll 3 or 4 times into your boat pose. So just let yourself rock back and just go with it. Forward and backwards. One more, and then come all the way up into that boat pose. You take the version that is speaking to you. For here, for 5, 4, maybe come down and up and down and up. And last one, wherever you are, take some rocks again. Back and forth. One more, sorry, I missed it, up onto that toe stand. Great job. Pause here. This practice is your own. It doesn't have to look a certain way. If it's just not working for you, just get to where you need to be. Make the story your own. Standing all the way up into our chair. Sink your hips back. Pausing here. Shoot your right foot back. Reach your hands forward. Taking it in for 5 and shoot it back. And 4 and shoot it back. And 3 and 2. Last one, hold. Shoot it back. Crescent lunge. Hands to heart center. Step it up into your chair. Breathe here. Arms go back, left leg steps back. Here we go. Arms forward, bringing it in for 1 and back and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Crescent lunge. We didn't hold on that side, that's okay. Step it forward to the top of your mat. Breathe. Reach for the sky. Forward fold. Let's do it again. Inhale halfway. Exhale right into your rock and roll. Here we go. Rock it back. You're doing great. We're building that inner fire, that inner resilience. Take one more into your boat pose. Wherever you are, can you challenge yourself a bit more? For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock and roll. Woo! Into your toe stand. And pause. Oh, this is a fun one, huh? Chair pose. Sink it back. Step your right foot back, arms go back. And we're gonna flow. Arms come forward and pull everything in. Hold it a little bit, then shoot it back. Pull in and hold, and shoot it back. Pull in and hold, shoot it back. Last time, pull it in, hold. For 5, you're doing great. 4, 3, 2, 1, shoot it back. Come all the way up into that crescent lunge. This time we're gonna twist towards our left, bringing our arms to a T. Gazing over that left hip, maybe towards the left corner of the room. Pause here. Shift forward again into that crescent lunge. Bringing our hands through heart center. Shifting your weight forward again. Arms come back, airplane mode. This time we're gonna push off our back foot into our warrior 3 and fly. Arms can be back, they can be at heart center. Wherever you want them, they can be forward. Take it wherever you need it. We're gonna be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that foot down into your chair. Arms come up. Great job, you're doing amazing. Stick with it, build that inner fire. Hands go back, left foot goes back. Shift forward, hands forward. Here we go. Bring it in and hold for 1. Shoot it back. Hold for 2. Shoot it back. Hold for 3. Shoot it back. Hold for 4. And back, last one. Hold for 5. Pause. You're doing great. Shoot it back. Lunge. Oh, sorry, I'm out of breath. Open up, twist, this time to the right. Gazing towards the right back corner of the room. Forward again, high lunge. Shifting your weight forward, fly your arms back, push off your back foot, own your power, warrior 3. You have the inner strength to do this. Tell yourself you can do this. Tell yourself you are strong. Find that validation from within. Bring positivity back into your life. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that foot down. One more chair pose. Stand all the way up, hands through heart center. Let's take a flow down to the earth. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Plant your palms. Step it back to plank or half plank. And then lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale to all fours. Curl your toes under. Hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. And pause here. Breathe. Release your knees to the earth. Swing your legs around, coming all the way down onto your back. This time, keeping your knees together, walk your feet out to the edges of your mat. Let your hands fall open by your sides. And we're going to end today's practice here in this modified Shavasana, taking this moment to let you recognize and feel the power that you have built up inside of yourself, to feel that inner strength that you have already inside of you, that was there all along. You just needed to fire it up and give it a little bit of fuel and confidence. Use this inner strength, this inner fire, to shift your perspective of your life from one of negativity to one that is positive and life-giving. Allow yourself to be fully present here in this last few moments of class on your mat, stoking that fire and that inner wisdom. And I encourage you to stay here as long as you need to, as long as time permits. And for the sake of today's video, this is where I will say goodbye, bringing my hands up to my third eye. We'll end today's class by saying namaste.